Whew. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's had a great day. We got a taste today of late spring. It was like 89 degrees out here. Interestingly enough, it did get about 82 degrees up here in the top of the red brick house. Definitely cooler than the outside. I'm actually surprised because at home, when it gets 89 degrees in my house, it gets hot. You got to turn the AC on. But right now, it's one of the things I love about the valley is when no matter how hot it gets during the day, at nighttime, it always gets it gets really cool. I guess it's kind of like the desert, but it's just something with the valley. It's just the humidity is low. It's really, really comfortable. So today was an interesting day, definitely, because Ceedee Lamb decided he's holding out from voluntary workouts, which, here's the thing, I'm going to actually flip this around and say, maybe in a way this is good news. It lets the Joneses know we need to get this done. But more importantly, here's what I'd actually say is, if you're Ceedee Lamb, after what happened at the end of the season, this has been the ugliest. I won't say it's been the worst off season, but I'll say it's been the ugliest because we've had so many different things that have been said about family members and things. You'll remember Ceedee Lamb's mother basically was pissed off and blamed Dak Prescott and basically said that Dak ain't it, would love to see him playing with CJ Stroud. Typically, what my mama said, and I don't know, maybe things are different than when I grew up. See, back in my day, okay, now I am 58 years old, when you messed up and mama said, go out and get a switch, old people understand what I'm talking about. When you're talking about a switch, you're talking about getting a green branch that's like a whip. And don't come back with one that's kind of dry, that she hits you with it and it breaks. Because if mama has to go out and get a switch, oh, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. So you always listen to what mama said. The fact that Ceedee Lamb is actually wanting to get a contract with the Cowboys. Now understand, if his whole thing is, Dak sucks, I want out of here. You're not looking for them to get you a long-term contract that's going to pay you and lock you up for the next 3, 4, 5 years. That's good. Then that means he is invested with the Cowboys. He wants to be here. He wants to get paid to be here. Bad news, of course, is the Cowboys do what they do. Now, on the flip side, Devontae Smith, who was in the draft with Micah Parsons, is getting his extension. Now, here's what you don't understand about the extension, and here's one of the reasons why the Cowboys are always in cap trouble. I will say that back when Kirk Cousins went from the Commanders to Minnesota and got $28 million a year, fully guaranteed, and you started seeing guys getting paid, I said the Cowboys need to run and get Dak Prescott done, get his contract set up, and get him paid because it's going to cost you more money. So here's what the Eagles did. Now, I haven't seen the breakdown on how it goes, but understand they have this year's salary and they exercise the 5th-year option, which means that they have 2 years where they can pay him at that salary. They can give him the guaranteed money, the bonus money, the player is getting that check, but you're paying him at $25 million. Now, Tyreek Hill right now is at $30 million. More than likely, Ceedee is going to get his deal, and then Justin Jefferson will get his. Justin Jefferson will probably be at 35. Maybe Ceedee is at 31, 32. What you just did as an Eagle is you paid him in 2 years in today's dollars. Now, that's not to say that he's going to not be pissed off in a couple of years and look back and say, I want to renegotiate, kind of like Zach Martin did. Because Zach Martin was paid at the top end when he got his contract. But unfortunately for the Cowboys, of course, the numbers went up and Zach Martin wanted to get paid accordingly. So that's the good thing about getting the contract done early. You're paying them today's dollars years down the road. With the Cowboys, by waiting till Dak Prescott is on the last year of his deal, or waiting till Ceedee Lamb is on the last year of his deal, you don't have those years where you're paying that money down the road. And herein lies the problem with the Dallas Cowboys and their philosophy of letting people play their contracts out. You have to pay them today in today's dollars. They're getting today's dollars right now as opposed to kicking it down the road. And the other part of this is the Cowboys are in this situation because they do draft well. Instead of being like the Eagles, because people will say the Eagles, their front office is so much better than the Cowboys. I will say the Eagles do some things better than the Cowboys. I'm going to look and say the Eagles aren't good at drafting on the defense, typically. Yeah, they get it right from time to time, but for the most part, they're not really good at drafting defensive players. In fact, you can look at it and say the Cowboys are very good typically in drafting. That's not to say that every draft pick is going to be a winner. They're not. Nobody is. But the Cowboys have hit on more players than typically most teams do. And if you do that, then you don't need to rely on free agency as much. Cowboys are better than the Eagles at drafting. Cowboys are better than the Eagles at finding undrafted rookie free agents. The Eagles are better on moving the money around and being able to bring in free agents. Now, here's where all of this is kind of crazy, because in some regards, the Cowboys, when they draft a guy, they believe in the draft so much that they say, that's our guy, we got to hold on to him. And they did that with Jalen Smith because they pat himself on the back and said, nobody thought that Jalen Smith was ever going to play again. We got him. We did such a great job. Pat yourself on the back. Let's sign him to extension. They looked with somebody like Michael Gallup. They took the third round. They said Michael Gallup is really good because he had that 1 year with over 1,100 yards, or was it 1,100, or was it close to 1,100 yards? And they said, that's one of our guys. We drafted the third round. He's great. Let's pay him. And they paid him, and they may have been better. And, of course, Zeke Elliott. Oh, Zeke, we're going to keep him for the next 7 years. Okay. The thing is, in some regards, they might have been better off letting those guys go and signing a free agent on a 2-year deal. When you think about Michael Gallup got a $11 million a year deal, we restructured it twice, which means we had a bigger cap hit when we let him go. The thing is the production you got out of him, you got less than 900 yards in 2 seasons. Had you spent $22 million on a free agent wide receiver, you probably would have had a better one. Especially when you look at a guy like Brandon Cooks right now, who in the second year is only $10 million. And herein lies the problem. The Eagles stink at the draft, but are great in free agency and contracts. Cowboys, they stink at free agency and the contracts, but they're great in drafting and undrafted rookie free agents. So, that's where we are. We've got a week left, a week and 3 days, until the Cowboys will pin all their hopes on this season with the NFL draft. We can only hope. So, good people, that's the good and the bad about Ceedee Lamb's contract, or lack thereof. Both sides are a long ways apart, but of course, as Jerry Jones said, you know deadlines make deals get done. Okay, Jerry. All right, good people. I am tired, and I am going to go take me a nice shower, and I'm I'm going to go to bed. And God willing, I'll wake up tomorrow and be here with you guys. Come Wednesday, 3:30, we will be on Dan Salio's show. We will be simulcasting the stream. And it's going to be interesting, to say the least. Remember, good people, tell the people you love how much you love them. They might not get the chance again. I love you guys. And God willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, my bones are creaking and hurting. It's been a long day. Peace.